Right now at 6:30, exclusive video tonight on a story making headlines across West Virginia. It's showtime. On an historic day in America, millions of people casting their ballots for the next president of the United States. And it's not just the White House on the ballot. We're taking a look at several local races that will impact you and your family as voters continue to make their voices heard. No play-in football games tomorrow in West Virginia now. The state Supreme Court late this afternoon granting some expedited relief to the WVSSAC, which was caught in a maze of conflicting court orders in a still boiling dispute over who gets to play in the state high school football championship. And tonight, one of West Virginia's most watched races, Republican Attorney General Patrick Morrisey and Democrat Huntington Mayor Steve Williams in the race for the state's governor. Right now at 5:30, we're following a major traffic backup in Charleston. This is a live look at the Oakwood interchange, I-64 westbound. You can see there's been a two-vehicle accident right at the entrance ramp to go up to 119. I just got off the phone with Metro 911 dispatchers, and they said two vehicles are not sure of any injuries at this point, but it's causing a major traffic delay. I'm taking a live look at traffic conditions, and we're also seeing some backup all the way around to Leon Sullivan. What you can do to avoid this, if you don't want to get caught and you got to take westbound to go where you're going, you can take Washington Street west to go into the west side of the city. You can also go a little bit out of your way, but go onto Dickinson Street, go to the South Side Bridge, and then get on McCorkle Avenue that way if you choose. New year will mean a new governor in West Virginia, but it's possible that 4 people in the state could hold that title in the month of January. Dave, it's a little quiet now. People have been coming out of the governor's mansion here throughout the last hour and a half or so, but obviously a very happy group there tonight with a decisive victory for Jim Justice over Alex Mooney. Justice says he never even put up a campaign sign during this time. He says the people already knew who he was and what he stood for, and that really showed on the ballot here tonight.
Now we've got that smoke in the air all around. A lot of people are smelling that.
Yeah, we really are. Let's check in with Brandon Stover and see if his rain dance from the last half hour worked or not. I don't hear any pitter-patter on the roof yet,
Yes.
Brandon. You might need to keep going.
I'm trying really hard.
I want to give you some updates on this situation out of Boone County. A vehicle crashed into a utility pole on Route 3 in the Orgas area. Now, I just checked back in with Whitesville Fire Department. They told me that the driver was okay after this, but obviously you can see the mess left behind there with the poles and the power lines there on the roadway. And so at this point, we are told that this is still an issue there in this area. It's also causing some power outages. Let's check back in with a live look at the AEP outage map now and see where we stand. You can still see that big orange area there of the affected households. Now, they've been at a steady 218 outages now for a couple hours, so that's the situation there. Yeah, Jennifer, this is a look right now at Farrell Road, just outside the tornado area of Kanawha County. You can see the floodwaters have completely overtaken it. Smith Creek is right here, and now it is everywhere. It's completely covered the road here. You can see that a U-Haul truck has crashed into the back corner of the building. And here's what we know about this. This happened about 11 o'clock this morning. That U-Haul truck came through the parking lot area, hit that back corner of the building. I've been speaking with Sarah Tolley, who works for the shelter there, and she said that there was just one injury to a staff member because they were actually having to pull the dogs out of the rubble there. And one of those dogs does have an injured leg right now. And due to all of this, they're in a dire need to get these animals to somewhere safe. They're asking for everyone to come and foster an animal if able right now. We were able to speak with someone who works at the shelter. Take a listen. That was the moment that Jack Ingold, a Kanawha County native and a current member of the Lipscomb University men's basketball team, learned he had received a full scholarship. I got the chance to speak with the 5th-year senior tonight about what that was like.
Became pretty noticeable in the video that I was having a hard time, reading what was on the page, and then was just, embraced by all my teammates and coaches. And it was a really, really surreal moment for me and still is today.
Yeah, it seemed like you were pretty surprised. What was going through your head whenever you read that part?
Anthony, can you break down what you're seeing right now at this hour?
Well, Jennifer, I'm on Central Avenue in South Charleston, and you can see a massive tree has fallen and been uprooted here right at the intersection of Central and Monroe Street. And they have the chainsaws going out right now. City workers are out here And making light work of this right now. They just brought in this backhoe about 2 minutes ago, and they've been trying to get this area clear. This is a busy road right here, Central Avenue, going all the way up into the hills there. And you can see just the strength of the wind that uprooted this tree. It also took down, as you can see, part of this brick wall right here as well, laying on the sidewalk. Jennifer, we've moved to Dunbar, where there's been a serious incident here along I-64 in the Tudor's Biscuit World parking lot. As you can see, a billboard has fallen. It's landed on a car that was empty at the time, thankfully. No one was in this car, but it has absolutely crushed it. And not just that, it's also caused significant damage along this entire parking lot here. As you can see right beside the restaurant, just barely missing it. Now we start with breaking news here at 5 o'clock in the world of high school football. West Virginia's high school playoffs will not start this Friday as planned after the ongoing dispute over how schools got ranked after the state reclassified the schools, adding a 4A classification. Some schools had issue with their positioning and got reclassified, but that altered how playoff ratings and seedings fell. Because a lot of these animals come from such, horrible backgrounds, and maybe they've been abused, or maybe just neglected, and
they need time to get adjusted to their new circumstances.
Her breath doesn't even smell bad.
Okay, I'll add that to the list.
Aw, she's so sweet. So Cranberry, one of so many dogs that you can get at the Humane Society here.
We've got over 100 dogs.
And how long does this special run for?
Till Sunday.
Till Sunday? Okay, great. So still plenty of time if you want to come on out and do that. And she is just so sweet. I can't get over her. She's so friendly.
She's one.
Eyewitness News anchor Anthony Kahn is right there at the scene live with us. And Anthony, what have you learned about the situation?
Well, Jennifer, we've learned within the last few minutes that due to this call, there was such a large police and emergency crew response that Charleston police ended up crashing a cruiser on the way here due to the immediacy of this call. That crash happened on South Ruffner. Meanwhile, up here on Dunleavy Road in the South Hills, it's all quiet. There was no shooting call. There was no shooting that happened. No one is hurt or killed. It is business as usual up here, but about half an hour ago, there were just leagues of cars from Charleston Police, Kanawha County Sheriff's Office, West Virginia State Police, along with the fire department. Everybody was up here because of this fake shooting call. Now, on the way out, I was told by Charleston Police that this was an out-of-state call, that someone who doesn't even live around here, out-of-state number, called the number and reported that this fake shooting had happened. And because of this, a lot of precautions were taken. Holst Elementary, that's right down the road, was put under a precautionary lockdown due to this. That's all back to normal there. School is going normal for them right now. And not to mention the interruption to folks that lived in the house on the property that this happened to, their life being disturbed greatly today by all of this. Hey, Jennifer, what an awesome opportunity to come out and see some playoff baseball for the Charleston Dirty Birds, competing for a championship, too, for the league. I'm joined here by Jill Guerin, the play-by-play voice of the Dirty Birds. Jill, you've seen this team progress during the season and doing really, really well as of late. What makes this team so special, and what really helped them reach the championship round here? We also found a $2 million increase towards staff salaries. I asked Mason why there are two people on the office payroll with the same exact title, Deputy Director, making more than $95,000 each.
So we have one that is in training and then one that is going to be retiring. So there is an individual that's going to be leaving the end of the year, so we're in a transition phase.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's kind of paying for the same position twice, but then that will not be the case in the future?
No, it will not be.
Oh, okay. So just for this fiscal year, that's how that is? And I'm joined by Kanawha County Prosecuting Attorney Deborah Resnack. Deborah, thank you for being with us here today. An important topic. We do want to talk about all these school threats that we've been seeing, more than 140 in West Virginia, let alone all the ones we've seen in Ohio and Kentucky.
Yes, we are, again, looking at a nationwide problem, and we have charged 4 juveniles in those instances.
What happens from here whenever a juvenile is charged? Obviously, being a juvenile, their name is not disclosed, but obviously, they and their family are made aware. What happens to them after that?
So at some point after the charge, they will appear in front of a juvenile referee or a magistrate.
And talk about just the seriousness of this. It's something in our age with social media that it's so, I won't say easy, but it's so, unfortunately, this has happened so often. What message do you want to put out there right now to students and even to staff and parents who are worried about this, just to know that, this keeps happening, but obviously it shouldn't be happening?
Yes, and I've said over and over and over again, your children are our first priority.
And looking forward here, so we have some juveniles that have been charged. Have any of these threats been credible? So you can get a door for $20. Oh,
Anthony, I think she wants to go home with you.
I think I found my dog. Oh, you are so sweet. Do you guys have a lot of dogs over there? Oh, she's so great. You know what? I don't want this time to end, but unfortunately, we got to go to commercial break. Dora, you have been wonderful, and you can get her for just $20 over at the Charleston Humane Association, and lots of other great dogs over there too. So, Kat, thanks for bringing in
Thank you.
her. We appreciate it. We'll be right back after the break.